a few days ago, there was a news article posted on the Crew 2 website, a message from the dev team. If you want to read more, I'll post the link down in the description. I'll just read the important parts. So to start off, Gearheads. The Crew 2 has had a fantastic first year.
You serious?
No, it didn't. It had a pathetic first year. Nice joke though. I'll explain more later on. Since it launched in June 2018, we rolled out 3 major free updates, including brand new disciplines, events, and game features. Of course, none of this would have been possible without the support, feedback, and discussions our community feels every day across a myriad of different channels. For this, the entire The Crew 2 team would like to thank you. Feedback given. The Crew 2 community has given a lot of feedback, and a whole bunch of feedback were not implemented in the game. I'll talk more about that later. Rest assured that this does not apply to the usual live activity of the game, and you can expect continued live summits and associated rewards, bug fixes, promotions and bundles, community challenges, and to name but a few. I think, in my opinion, that's the way of saying they have nothing else to add. We'll see you at the starting line after that for the next batch of summits and more. Thank you again for your continued support, the Crew 2 team. Alright, so going back to the Crew 2 has had a fantastic first year. Oh my god, the game did not have a great first year at all. It did not have even a fantastic first year. I played this game. Well, I first tried out this game in its closed beta, and after looking through the content in its closed beta, I could tell this game was gonna be a fail, a mega fail, and it turned out I was right. And when the game went into open beta, it's pretty much the same thing as the closed betas, and except with a bit more content from the closed beta. But other than that, it's pretty much the same thing. There's no end game. I played both closed betas and open betas. There's no end game. There's no PvP in the beta, so which means the game, which means I had the thought that the game was going to be unfinished for full release, and it turned out I was right. The game was indeed unfinished, but there's no PvP in the fucking full release. Oh my god! Not a single racing game that I played in the past 10 years has had no PvP at launch. You don't launch a game without PvP, as the game would just be unfinished on the launch month, and the same would go for launching without PvE as well. You don't launch a game without PvE, as it will also be unfinished. So the Crew 2, it's an unfinished game at launch. It launched without any PvP, so it's like when everyone is done with the story, they will have nothing else to do when they can't even race against other players in a PvP lobby like the Crew 1 has at launch. I just don't get it. I just don't get it at all. And by the time PvP did come, 6 months later to the Crew 2, most of the people that had played the game at launch have already moved on to other games like Forza Horizon 4, and which means they couldn't care less that the Crew 2 has a PvP in the game now when the game had blew their chance at getting people to play PvP at launch month. Also, regarding feedback given about the game, there are plenty of people that in the Crew 2 community that want cops in the game. They want police chases in the game, just like how there were police chases in the Crew 1. Yet it was never featured in the Crew 2, as it didn't fit their vision of the game. It didn't fit the theme of the game. Well, there is a possible solution which could satisfy both people that do want cops and don't want cops in the game. So it's like this. So let's say the people that do want cops, there could be an option on the main menu to turn on the ability to trigger pursuit, a cop chase, if you hit a cop in free drive. So it's like if you see a cop in free drive and you hit it, you engage in a police chase. And and there are people that do not want cops. They do not want to be chased like by cops. I understand it. That's fine. So there would also be an option to turn off the ability to get into police pursuits in the same options menu. So the cop car will be like a traffic car. So it's like if a player that does not want to get into a police pursuit, a cop chase, hits that cop car by mistake, it won't trigger a cop chase at all. The cop car will just function as a regular traffic car instead. See a possible solution that caters both types of player bases. Without having cops in the crew too, you're alienating the player base that do want cops in the game, and they will probably just leave, making the game even more dead than it is now. Well, apparently it is, has already happened. Many of the Crew 2 players have already moved on, probably due to the lack of cops in the game as well. And another thing about feedback. Many people were complaining about headlights not being bright enough in the Crew 2, and apparently this headlight issue is also present in the Crew 1 as well since the Wild 1 update. So yeah, people have been complaining about the headlights, and that was not solved up to this day. After experiencing all of these issues in the Crew 2, I'm just laughing my ass off seeing this game rip itself apart. This game is dead. It's a dead game. You have to play the game at a certain time a day to find PvP lobbies. It's like I have to wake up in the morning or afternoon in my time zone just to play PvP in the Crew 2. If I were to play PvP in the evening time in my time zone, I can't find a game at all. See? You see what I mean? This game is a dead game. I participated in the Crew 2's closed beta and open beta, and I also participated in 3 of its free weekends in the past few months, but I didn't buy this game. I wouldn't spend any of my hard-earned money buying this piece of shit game. The reason how I even got the Crew 2 gameplay footage in the background, it was one of my friends. They bought the game for me. They sent me a code and I redeemed it, and they bought the game for me as a birthday present. I told them explicitly not to buy me this piece of shit game, yet they are too stubborn to listen to me and still got the game for me. So all I had to say is just say thanks to them. So thank you, friend. I'll be playing the Crew 2 just a little bit, just to get the rewards. Yeah, if someone who is playing the game just for the rewards, not for the fun, then that's when you know something is wrong. And that's all I have to say on this matter. Games as a service does not work at all. People won't be waiting forever for new content to come to the game, and unfortunately that's what both the Crew 1 and the Crew 2 models are. They're both games as a service, and that is the reason why both games suck. They both flop. Like, if the Crew 2 developers still do not listen to player feedback, then they can expect the Crew 2 to get permanently shut down. Just like how another game that I have been following, Bless Online, a MMORPG that has been released last year, and the developers for that game did not listen to any player feedback regarding game optimization, and it's set to be shutting down, permanently shutting down in a few days, and no one in that community was surprised that the game is shutting down, as the developers for that game did not listen to player feedback at all. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want more videos from me. And if you disagree, please feel free to comment. I'm I'll be willing to have a constructive argument with you. And yeah, that is all. Bye guys, and have a good day.